Friends, welcome to Holy Trinity Catholic Church, where we believe, belong, and become. On this second Sunday of Lent, the message and the invitation is, do we listen to the beloved Son? As Jesus is transfigured on the mountain, the voice from heaven says, "This is my beloved Son. Listen to him." Do we listen to the beloved Son? St. Thomas Aquinas says the fact that Jesus had taken Peter, James, and John onto the mountain as he's transfigured indicates Peter, the one who loved Jesus, John, the one Jesus loved the most, and James, the one who died first for the love of Jesus. So the love is the common factor in Peter, James, and John, and the fact that Jesus took them up onto the mountain as he is transfigured. This experience on the mountaintop during the transfiguration of Jesus kind of assists in understanding what religious experience is all about. As Rudolf Otto mentions, religious experience is about the mysterium, the tremendum and fascinatum about God, the mystery of God, the tremendous nature of God, and the fascinating attribute of God. But as we experience this ultimate, the splendid nature of Jesus' transfiguration, what is the mountain calling us to? What am I willing to shed in this land? As we see in the first reading, Abraham becoming Abraham. Not only he was asked to leave the land and the family, but to become a blessing to the nations. What are we willing to shed on this mountain as Jesus gives us this splendid experience? The first reading also explains how the obedience of Abraham transforms childless Abraham into Abraham, the father of faith, the father of the nations. He was asked to go forth from his land and family, a radical choice that Abraham had to make for this transformation. He received the information, he allowed formation to happen, and he was sent forth transformed. And this is the transformation that the second reading is inviting us to. What is this transformation that God is calling us toward? It's not easy. Such transformation will push us to share the hardship of the gospel, as Paul himself gives us the account and the credit of his own ministry. The hardship of the gospel is what this transformation will push us into. And such transformation is for a life, for a holy life that God wants, for the purpose for which God is calling us. God is not calling us because we are holy and deserving, but God is calling us because we are meant for his purpose, for his will and design, to share in the preaching of the gospel, to embrace the hardship of the gospel. And this demands information, to stay tuned, for formation, and for transformation that it would demand from us, like it did in the life of Abraham to become Abraham, and for Paul to embrace the hardship, the cross of the gospel. The fact that Jesus took Peter, James, and John to a high mountain for an encounter with God is not just some staycation or some time out time. It's not simply a time out. It was the profound encounter with God. So Lent is the time for us to go ascend onto the mountain, not just for a time out, but for a deeper and a profound encounter with God. And in such encounter, our transformation is made possible. To get better clarity, to do God's will, to embrace the cross of the gospel. not simply to stay up there for a timeout, but to listen to the beloved Son. Listen to him. To let disciples know of the heavenly purpose for which they were made, to live a holy life. It was an opportunity for disciples to let go of their earthly ambitions and focus on strengthening their faith and hope for the future mission that awaits them in embracing the hardship of the gospel and the ministry that Jesus would give them as he is ascending back to the Father. Transfiguration definitely serves as a preview, a trailer for what is to come, the resurrection of Jesus as the tomb lays open. This is the glory for which we are created. But before we get there, unto that glorious transformation, it demands that we ascend up on the mountain to have a profound encounter with God, not simply a timeout. And Jesus, as we know, is presented and revealed as the totality of the law and the prophets, with Elijah and Moses being there. Summation and the totality of what God is presenting to us in Jesus. On my end, on our end, therefore, we listen to the beloved Son. But going down the mountain after this splendid experience demands, challenges us to embrace the cross of Christ. On the second Sunday of Lent, do we listen to the beloved Son? We go up the mountain for information and we see the clouds formation, but in our hearts happens the transformation. And for that, we need to stay tuned to the beloved Son, as the voice says, "This is my beloved Son, listen to him." Do we listen to the beloved Son? Father Praveen Lakisetti here at Holy Trinity Catholic Church in San Antonio, Texas. Thank you and God bless.